Welcome back here on a Tuesday. Missed you guys on the weekend. Had to go visit with my mother-in-law. Had a good time. We had a few drinks. We had some laughs. That's what it's all about. Now we're back at the grind here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to put these on. Our corner cowl pieces. Pray to God everything lines up like it did. I've got them all marked, passenger side. And I've got everything taped together with what shims went where. Put those on. Then we got our upper piece up here that goes on. Then I'm going to try and fit the hood on here. I want to fit the hood because I fit the hood on here before, but I never did fit it with the hood springs on. So I want to fit the hood, and it's going to take some monkeying around. It's going to be a couple hours here, fiddling around getting that lined up. Then I'm going to pull the hood back off, so that way there, then Sean can get it prepped up, and well, he's got it prepped up, but then he can start spraying it satin black. Then the hood will stay off. These will stay off. This kind of stuff here stays off when we paint the truck. How you see this truck bolted together right now is how we will paint the cab. We'll paint it all like that and mask everything else up, but that's how we'll, sorry guys, it's scaring away a wasp. That's how we'll paint the cabs, like that. Hood off, these pieces off. That'll be one night. Then the next night will be the box off it with the tailgate hanging. But right now, we're going to try and mount these. So these basically mount, and you got 4 points. You got a point here, you got a point down here, and you got 2 inside your doors, okay? So pretty basic, pretty simple. Let's get to it. Okay, corner cowl pieces are on. We want to make sure that they kind of stay in line with all this. Going down in line with your fender. Now you may have to move these a little bit. We want to stay in line there, but we don't know until we put the hood on now. That's why we put it together. I believe this one's in line. Yep, that one's in line. You can see. Might be a hair over, but it could just be the 2 different colors throwing me off. Because the line looks good here, and you want to make sure when you open your door it doesn't rub in here. These trucks are notorious for that rubbing here. That's just a matter of shimming this in or out, or moving your door in and out. I'm not going to know what I have to do here now until I set the hood on. I got to set the hood on and play from here. And that's why I say it's going to take a couple hours usually to get it. But because we've done this so many times, we should be okay with everything. We should be fine. So next is the hood, which nobody likes because it weighs a ton. And then we'll go from there. And of course we got to put our piece across the top here, or cowl across the top, which I did have sitting on here. I just lifted it off just now, just so when putting a hood on it's not banging up against it. Okay, let's talk about the hood now. Now the hood, what you got here is you got your one bolt that goes in right here. That's just a bolt that goes through a hole. Your rear one is your pivot point, okay? So if you're trying to get the hood down in the back, you loosen that, don't let it come out. With all this spring here, you loosen it, you lift your hood up, which will push your hinge down. See what I'm saying? So you're going to loosen that, you're going to take one arm, push your hood up, and it's going to slide this hinge down. If you want to go the other way, you just loosen it and do the opposite way. Pull the hood down, that'll come up. So you got that. Now, if it's still not lining up properly, keep in mind you have these under here. You have these blocks held in with 2 1/2-inch, well, they're 5/16, but they take a 1/2-inch wrench nut. And these blocks, what they do is they move up and down, and they ride on here. So if your hood is sitting up and you're like, well, I've got the hinge down all the way, why is it sitting up? Look at this piece here. This could be your culprit right here. Or just take the bloody thing out, but really you do need it, because if your hood's sitting low, you need to put it in there so it can ride against there, if that makes any sense. And then you've also still got your hood pads that go up on here, which are going to come down and hit down in here, around this area here roughly. And then of course you got your adjustment on your hood to go up and down. So there's a few things to factor in. Right now I'm leaving the latches off. I'm just trying to get the hood to close down and level out and have a gap along here. Look at that line. Nice and even. Hood is on. Hood is on. Thank God. And I was right. Honestly, I've spent almost 4 hours, well, I shouldn't say 4, maybe closer to 3, getting the hood, these pieces, your upper piece lined up. Just takes time, but that's it now. So there's no reason nothing's gonna work now. The hood we had tried before, we never had the hood springs on it. I thought in all my old age of wisdom the hood springs wouldn't make a difference. The hood springs made a huge difference. Made a difference in how it sat and everything. So I know better next time to put the hood springs on first. I just never did because they're such a nightmare to put on, but I showed you guys in a video past a little trick to doing it. So they're actually not as bad as I thought they were going to be. Body lines are all lined up. I'm mainly concerned about that. Line's looking good across there. It's looking even. Doors are opening nice. I've gone around, and this is Sean saying the vehicle's in 400. Now he'll run over it in 600 to get it ready for paint. I've gone around and made a little mark where I've got the odd little wee chip I've seen here and there, so we don't miss them. You know, sometimes, a lot of times in this primer, this light gray, you'll miss some stuff. And then of course, then we got the GTO. Sean's in there working away on that. You haven't seen it. He did get the passenger side all done, and in first primer. This is first primer. So we'll leave that dry up for a good week. And got the door off it today. Got to clean up all the jams. He's working on the jams on this side now, blocking this side, getting ready to go. So this side here, he's blocking it out for any highs and lows he might have missed. Then this will go in final primer, cleaning the goop off, as you can see. All the bullshit you got to go through to do it. But yeah, so that's together. I'm happy. It's looking good. So I think I'm going to pick some tools up, and I think that's where I'm going to leave this one for today, for right now. And I've got a few things Sean wants me to do in there to give him a hand on the 70 GTO. Then, well, then it'll be almost near the end of the day here, so I don't know. It's 2 o'clock now, so we'll see where it goes. I am waiting on a customer. He should be here anytime soon. But yeah, so there you go. The truck is together, so just need to pull this stuff back off. And this truck can be actually scuffed in the 600. She's ready to go for paint. Next, what we got to do, like I said in the previous video, we have to take the box sides. We have to paint all the edges of them, which hopefully will get done this week. Paint the edges of them. Then I'll bolt the box together. They bolt together, get it squared up. And there's a panel, which I'll show in, a video in the future, that goes across your lower panel, goes below your tailgate. Well, that has 4 bolts that hold it in. But you have to remember, you have to put a couple spot welds on it. Because if you don't, then bolts just work their way loose and the box sides will start flopping around. So we're going to bolt this box all together, square it up, and then put our welds there. You've got to do it before you paint, obviously, because you can't do it after. So that's that. And when you're going to do that and you're going to weld it, you want to make sure you pre-fit your tailgate. Put your tailgate back on again, because things could change. There's not a lot of room for movement there. The box only bolts where it bolts. As you can see, the holes here, they've already got welded in nuts. So they're not oblonged out. They go where they go. So you can only do so much to get the box squared up. It'll be what it'll be at the end of the day. And this is the panel I'm talking about that I was just showing you at the back. It's going to bolt there, and it's going to bolt. It's going to bolt on the inside through there. But you're going to want to put. I usually do 1-2 welds here, and I usually do 1-2 on the back side. Because once that loosens off, starts moving, you're in trouble. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to clean this stuff up and get going on the GTO. Maybe we'll continue this on in a moment. Okay, so Mike's been working away on the little Chevy. He's got the brakes all adjusted, working good. The clutch adjusted, seat moved back, all the lights working, horn working, wipers working. Oh, what else is there? We determined where one of the oil leaks was on it. It's a rear main seal, so you're not doing that. Not doing that without ripping stuff apart and getting parts. I don't know what else to tell you. Waiting on the key from the owner for the gas cap so we can put some gas in it, see if the gauge works, the fuel gauge. What else did he do? I'm trying to remember here. Just a list of stuff. Little stuff the guy wanted us to go through. He said he just wants to make it drive the best you can make it drive for what it is, which is what we'll do. So, it's a 31 Chevy Coupe. You don't see many Chevys. A lot of people stay clear of these because Chevy, if you don't know anything about coupes, Chevys had way more wood in them than a Ford did ever. But with the Chevy, the fuel tank wasn't up top like this Ford Model A we're working on in behind. The fuel tank was actually in the rear, like a 32 Ford. Alright? Of course, there's our Ford over there we're working on. Back at it this week. We'll be back on that on our next Thursday video. So, but nice clean little car. All original, rather cool. Doors closed nice, you heard that, didn't you? Then down here, Sean is working away. I was just giving him a hand. Now I'm done giving him a hand. He was working away here on the GTO. So like I said, last time you seen it, He's finishing up the roughing of the bodywork on the passenger side. He's got it all finished up. He's got it in primer. Helped him get the door off today. He's stripping all the door down, and he's blocking out the driver's side to put it in final primer, and cleaning up all the jams, stripping it, getting all that done, taken care of. So that's good. Get out of here. He's going to blow some dust. Get out of his way. All right. Get out of there. And then yeah, a little bit of a Sunday fun day. I wasn't here, but Sean was here on Saturday, and he was working on my shoebox a bit more. We just use it as a filler. So yeah, that's what was going on there. Just checking my phone here. Sorry, guys. So yeah, okay, that's good. Sorry, guys. So yeah, so he's working a little bit on it. He's getting the last coat of the light filler on the door there. He's going to knock that down, make sure everything lines up good. Then I'll pull the door off. Then he'll get that door in primer. Then I'll put both doors back on. Then we got the sides of my car done. So there was a bit of a Saturday fun day on something of mine, which is cool. Very, very cool. And we got to get the 56 Ford back in now. The gentleman brought the slave cylinder for the clutch, so I can finish off drilling out the holes where they belong, and then that truck can get the firewall finished off, get it in primer. Then we can start taking that truck apart and get it off the frame, and get the frame all taken apart and get the frame blasted. So that's all. Yeah, I know, someone jinxed me today. So a nice old gentleman came by and he gave me this snowblower. And I was like, oh, snowblower, does that work? He goes, well, I'm sure it would if you spent a couple hours on it. So yeah, I don't know what's involved with that, but I'm not much of a snowblower kind of guy, but I can look at it and try and figure it out. He gave it to me for free, but I almost feel like he just jinxed me. I almost feel like by having this here, that means I want snow. And I can't stand snow. I hate winter, period. If we never saw winter again in our lives, I could care less. Spring, summer, fall, love it. Winter, go away. Don't like winter, don't like Christmas. Bah humbug! Go away. The only thing good about winter is I get, because there's nothing you can do because it's wet and miserable out, I get to stay and work on my car. But yeah. But with that being said, let's have a positive note. Always good time at Old Time. I will catch you next time. And yeah, I think we're going to the Model A on Thursday. Okay guys, see you later.